welcome back to more Thronebreaker The Witcher Tales. So, map. We have whatever the hell this is to deal with. And then stuff. And then more stuff. And then final stuff. Oh yeah, soldiers are still pissed off. No way to fix that. 'Cause I used my shrine already. And then they got pissed off. Right after using it, so... Oh, created 4 ghouls. Wonderful. Lovely.
Neve's force neared Davor's abyss. Signs of beastly feasting were not hard to find. Countless paw and claw tracks were impressed in the blood-stained snow. Among the boulders, bones picked clean were strewn about. Gascon lifted one from the ground.
Empty inside,
He said.
Something sucked out the marrow.
Neve's soldiers feigned indifference to the grisly sight. They marched on, their stepped rhythm unwavering, a song on their lips. Yet hearing a slight tremolo in their voices, Neve knew they merely sought to drown out their fear. A moment later, a commander's horn sounded, the signal to halt. The Queen galloped to the fore of the column and found herself at the edge of a vast, round hole in the ground. She could not see the bottom. Neve drew her reins tight to prevent her mount from taking even one step forward.
What is this? A crater? A desiccated lake?
A mine of the strip variety.
Gabor explained.
Treasures we picked and shoveled for here. Diamonds. Till we happened on the beasts, that is.
What now?
Orion's a dam. Holds back a lake. If we can break it, water'll rush in, fill the abyss and the tunnels from which the beasts emerge. Just need to get around the mine first. Way down's on the other side.
Yeah, but then Brewerhood's gonna bitch at me for breaking the dam.
Neve squinted and gazed into the distance. Indeed, there was the dam. And at its foot, a swarm of beasts roiled about. Her soldiers gazed at their queen expectantly, their arms at the ready. She knew well they would rush into battle, in spite of their fear.
Gabor!
Neve cried out over the whirling wind.
Have you bards here in Mahakam?
Course, your grace!
Then we shall give them good reason to compose this day, on the themes of courage, of heroism, of Lyria! Gee up!
And with that cry, the queen spurred her mount, grabbed a banner, and raising it high over her head, rushed headlong at the horrid swarm.
I'm pretty sure we should have grabbed a sword and not a banner, but, you know, whatever. The doors delve deep into Devil's abyss, and from the cold diamonds of France past forward. The stones glisten at all the courts of the north, the jeweled crowns, capturing scepters, studying controls and glamorizing ceremonial swords, some say, alright, throwing more money on dating temptations as drill beds or crystal cutters. If the days of death was time to go, long past, now only monsters caught out of his darkness. So that's a weird way to strip mine. I know, we're going to make a big hole. But we're also going to make a big... It's like, why did you, like... I don't know. I'm having Minecraft logic going, bothering me. Ink zone charges on your overall capital if destroyed. Keep your capital well maintained at all times. So don't let the capital be destroyed. Everyone's upset, but can I get Pac-Man? I would like Pac-Man. Pac-Man made me okay. Pac-Man, Calvary. I think we're getting Pac-Man. There's and Savvy Render isn't exactly that useful because none of these ones have water.
There's the way down! We need to break through and destroy the dam!
The return on turn start if there are units adjacent to this one game one charge. The damage ran any life from home. And oh yeah, upper units are for way too. If this unit's charge damage is 7, we bring it back. If there are units adjacent to this one. We don't have any units adjacent to this one. As tempting as I am to play that card, it's not going to work.
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes.
So let's just see what
Fishing in the moat? Oh, you're dead.
oh well.
Yeah!
Ah!
There.
Marjan.
Start there with charge.
It's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
There's nothing on the field, but I don't even really know what to play because I don't really know what to play. I mean, I guess I can do this.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Oh yeah, totally this market.
We'll catch 'em all!
Can't
The chase is on!
like we can't mark.
Ow!
Damn it. I don't have to walk around my own game stick. Like, I should have. Like, I'm not sure what I should be doing. Actually, it's like I can't really play any units because they all damage the unit, and we have nothing to damage. So, yeah, I guess I could play Gascon.
Wait, you're serious?
Your Grace, monsters approach from all sides.
And it's oh yeah.
Aye.
Wait, since when do you pull 2 cards? Oh, it's a regiment travel plus, which means you pull 2 cards. Well,
You mad? Don't shake that!
we have way too many cards. Oh, and I still. We have too many.
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Marking units, resistance. Congratulations, you're now famous. Now, it doesn't say he's marked still, but it seems like he's still marked. like, I don't really know what to do. I'm just discard.
Excellent! The dam's about to give!
Yeah, that's the thing that annoys me about this, is you can't just discard cards. Like, I have to play cards unless my deck is full. But that's my rolls are full. It's the only way I can really discard cards. Like, all the game heroes literally just say, wait for the enemy to play. That card should pass. And just boost everything. And then
It worked! Look at those stunners flounder!
Excellent work!
that was pretty one-sided to say the least. Like, all we mainly did was sit down and let the enemy just die.
And indeed, bards sang of this battle soon after. For no claws or fangs could break through the wall of shields the Lyrians raised that day. And no scales could protect the beasts from the Lyrians' stinging arrows and blades.
Fight! Do not relent! Let us show these beasts! It is they who should fear us!
The Queen shouted. In the end, the beasts turned to flee, yet Meave's force cut off any chance of escape. A solid wall of men began to push the monsters ever closer to the edge of Davol's abyss. Pressed from all sides, the horrors began slipping over the precipice, screeching terribly as they fell.
Well, who's going to complain about us breaking the dam? We also got blood. Let's think for a minute. How much blood have we passed? But now we have blood.
Silence came at last. The Queen stood at the edge of the precipice, breathing heavily, leaning on her sword. From the depths of the mine came muted growls and groans.
Let's flood the damn hole,
Hissed Gabor.
before any other shite crawls out of it.
A rush of icy water suddenly rose, then just as abruptly plunged into the mine, flooding the pit. And where once lay Davor's abyss, now lay Davor's pond. Meave descended back into the pass, exhausted and covered in beastly blood, yet also exceedingly pleased. She was one step closer to dwarven support in the war against Nilfgaard.
I still don't see how you think they're going to like you breaking the dam. Like, sure, you got rid of those beasts, but you broke the dam.
Once the Lyrians had put some distance between themselves and the now destroyed monster lair, Meave ordered her men to pitch camp. Then she sent the quartermaster off for food and drink. The soldiers lit campfires, then set aside their weapons. Soon after, lively music and song could be heard throughout the camp.
Your Majesty,
Reynard said from behind Meave's back.
a messenger from the Elder-in-Chief.
The Queen turned to see a dwarf in a richly adorned jerkin and a shako with golden seams. She stifled her laugh into a smile and lifted her chin proudly, expecting praise and a pledge of aid in the war against Nilfgaard.
Yeah,
My lady, your daring deeds have come to the Elder's attention.
Said the dwarf in a measured voice.
He's positively irate and demands an explanation.
Irate? But why? I and my men, we've aided you greatly.
Elder Hoog awaits
But
at the
you broke
Long
the dam.
Bridge. You'd be wise not to keep him there any length of time.
And with that, all the Queen's enthusiasm for a celebration was instantly gone. She waited until the fires expired and the songs died down, then gave the order to march.
Well, let's think. What have we done that's good? We got rid of both monster layers, killed a dragon. We helped that one she-dwarf get her plan thing so she could marry Zoltan. Which I'm not sure if is canon or not. Well, we helped those ones. We arrested those Scorytail dwarves and didn't murder them because we didn't have Black Rayla, who would have murdered them. I'm trying to think what else. Well, I know we pissed off him because we attacked the Nilfgaardians. We did rob that one place. We did hand over those humans to the dwarves. I think we've mostly done good. But I don't know if there's a checklist. Also, even though we won that battle, we're still negative. First day I went to going to be mighty, so cold the biggest, freezing. Our hands had to cease work. Snow was started 2 meters a day. No plowing visibility. Chimneys barely poking on the snowdrifts. Monsters attacking from all sides. Hard to hold the ground. Huge losses. Had to ban the line between the boar swamp. Yeah, but boar swamp didn't end well either. Oh, look at all that gold. Holy crap, that is a lot of gold. We should probably some pitch can. Because we have all the gold. Since we can finally build this. Oh, okay, so what a retreat drummer does now is it plays the top unit from your deck. If it was a blitz unit, repeat this ability. So it no longer just draws a blitz unit. Just, you can play the top unit. Just the majority of our units are blitz units. It's probably going to play that, unless it plays like one of my support units or one of my alpha ones, I suppose. Cavalry's apparently not a blitz unit, though. Cavalry, though, is probably one of my new favorite units. Because it's like pikemen. Except not pikemen. It's honestly like what the enemy's usually using. Like some of the Nilfgaardian cards and monster cards have that whole play a copy of this unit from your deck. Because you played this card. And as for the Grey Riders, I mean, after a different hour's play from hand, move to the row. It's somewhat useful, but I'd probably go very use it. Let's face it, I don't really use support. I just use superior numbers and throw everything else at them. It's sort of how I play. I mean, it's sort of how I play RTS games, anyway. Because having to micromanage other abilities and units and shift between them and hotkeys and all that complicates things when I could just be sending hundreds upon hundreds of Zerg at the enemy. So anyway, we're gonna buy this now, so we have Strays to Spala. Damage a unit by 5. If it's on a row of fire, damage all units on by 5. See, that's useful because it supports our strays that set the row on fire. Automates our cavalry bad, which I don't really kill for strays cavalry. I mean, it marks the unit every turn. Which is not bad over time, but I could just use superior numbers. Or I could one-shot things with my archers or other units, not wait for the unit to die over time. But getting better slingers is useful, because slingers aren't bad. I mean, having them do more damage. I think it's, what, at least one more or two more? Oh, so we could go to the workshop, we could get that. I don't care, although cow. You honestly don't really care. Like, you could get a better war wagon that spawns 3 light infantry. Yeah, but they take up more of my space. I don't exactly need them taking up more of my space. I could get that, but I don't really want to get that. I'll probably end up having to get that. Anyway, let's re-equip our armor. Okay, so we gained blood. Look at 5 cards from your deck and play 2. Then discard the rest. How about no? Look, so I want a couple of these. Let's see. They use 7. What can I get rid of? I'll get rid of my guy support man. My guy seems to probably some of my best advantages for round 1. I don't need 3 rejoin drummers, but they only cost 4. So what else can I get rid of? Want my cavalry, want my war wagon, bombers, sappers, I can probably get rid of 1 of those. I don't care about that much. Okay, so what else do we have? Infantry, field medics, traps, alchemist, blah. Okay. We're still lacking a bit, so let's just put back one of our drummers. Put back a sapper, but meh. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I don't think I had enough bombers. Okay, what else can I get rid of? I can get rid of my alchemist. Don't really care for alchemist, so... How much are they taking up? 7. Okay. We're going to get rid of our alchemist. Get over bomber. Where's our... Okay, so we have 5 left, so we could get an out bomb. Could... Oh, we could swap out one of those, but not one of those, and then we'll have 2. So we're 3 there, and what, 3? There. No, 4 there, actually. Could get rid of my wagon road. Because let's face it, I'm never really going to use that appropriately anymore. Get rid of my war wagons. I don't know. I think I'm mostly good. But I do want at least another bomber. A bomber to cost, what, 4? So what can I remove that's 4? Remove the war wagon, I suppose. guess I'll remove a war wagon. So let's face it, I don't really use them. I mean, to get that. Yeah, I could have removed one of these, but meh. Oh yeah, I removed Gabber, didn't I? Because his bottomless pockets was pissing me off, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm out to good with this. Well, those will probably end up with dwarf cards, and then I'm going to have to think again. Boop. You found a multiplayer banner, yay. Soldiers are so upset. It's dead dwarf. Periodically, the mine must be evacuated to kill as much as possible. What you evacuate the foreign race of red bands so scouts can spot you. All personals. Forward to your safe return. So we kind of. So didn't we see a lot chest on the map? It's probably the one up there. Which we're gonna head towards now. Welcome to the lands of Clan Vidmar. Your tale we shall have. And then starting there with the blazer again. Testing memories. No. No, thank you. Can I just evade? Go. Go. Boop. Boop. Congratulations, you can use respect and draw in multiplayer.
Frozen, all. Only the banner moves, blown by the wind.
Downright poetic. Prime material for a ballad, perhaps even a whole saga.
Oh, I see what they did there, the banner song.
Gazing towards the horizon, Meve noticed a dark shape outlined against the mantle of snow that lay on the ground. It proved a tower, toppled and broken in pieces. Around it lay the ruins of other buildings, blocks hewn out of basalt rock protruding from the permafrost.
That'd be the Clan Vidmar ruins,
said Gabor, hollering over the wind.
Rich ones had their clan seat here till earth tremors turned all into dust. Hundreds of dwarves lived here once, and now, not a living soul. Help! Save me!
On the contrary, there was someone midst the ruins, and said someone was clearly in trouble. Meve ordered her men to find the unfortunate soul. They returned moments later, leading a dwarf whose teeth chattered. They had found him in a ruined building where he'd sought shelter from ghouls. Judging by his appearance, the dwarf had spent the better part of a week there.
Mirko Vidmar, they call me,
he said, patting down unkempt hair that seemed to reach in all directions.
I came here seeking a family heirloom, lost in the tremors and the chaos they caused. I ken the chamber where it ought to be, but, well, beasts made their lair there. I cannot drive them off on my own. But bold warriors like you ought to cut them down in a jiffy. So, will you help?
Dwarves stand their own as a shield wall of builds and hell. Anyway, let's go help him.
I too have lost my home, estate,
said the Queen.
so I understand well what you feel. I shall help you recover your heirloom. Call it a win.
Mirko Vidmar's face lit up. Though he'd spent a week besieged and eating stale biscuits, and though there was a hoarfrost in his beard, he quickly trotted to the front of the column and led the Lyrian soldiers to the underground chamber. As promised, beasts awaited there.
The underground chamber is decorated with numerous reliefs portraying the heroic deeds of the Blanc, the Fitmore clan's progeny. One put to the door strangle a shell more of his bare hands and over a rescue man from a collapsed cavern. The third wolfing down a suckling pork knuckle. King has no surprise move to regain the relics of his famous ancestor. Yeah. See, your ancestor would have strangled a shell more with his bare hands. Yet here you are running and hiding from ghouls. What does that say about you? Well, at least it's only a short battle. Which is good. Maybe after this battle, my men will finally stop being pissed off. Because that would be great. So we have straight to spawn, right? Then we have that. Then we have that. And hell, I'm not entirely sure why I'm wrong place. Cavalry works.
The ruins! From there they come! Drive them back!
So whenever you're inspired, it may be seized by this card. When it's seized, you don't take damage, move back towards the original position. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Also, pikeman.
For Rivia!
You stole my pikeman. You dick.
Watch your heads!
Why do you have to play a bomb for that?
Got a death wish?
Don't like you, game. So we play okay.
Yeah!
Freaking asshole. I need that card. No, not on that road. You guys are the worst.
March on, march on.
Catch!
Set on fire. Only too fast.
My favourite cut of lamb? The shank.
I'm sorry. Did you cancel out my ability? Cause like I clicked on it. Use as ability, right? But no, it canceled out it and moved it to his side. That's fucking stupid. Well, at least you're back, but now you can. Oh, I can't say
Thing about slings, they hide well.
by force. forward.
Ha!
Now, and then we get more cavalry.
For the Queen!
Much space I can use, and this card is completely useless. That should blow those two up. And I'm just going to heal all my units and 183 0.
Let's get a move on before any others show up.
That's just
As soon as the fight was done, Mirko Vidmar ran towards a crate that stood on a pedestal, slipping on the now bloody floor. When the dwarf lifted the lid, precious stones spilled out.
Your heirloom? This?
Asked the Queen, rather puzzled.
I thought a pipe that belonged to your grandfather more likely.
look at all that loot. Oh, we also can go in front.
Seems to me Brother Mirko wasn't wholly candid with us. This here's no heirloom, no family souvenir. It's the treasure trove of Clan Vidmar. We thought it gone for good.
Pressed for the truth, Mirko admitted no family sentiment had prompted this expedition. The dwarf had planned to leave Mahakam and start a new life among humans. Yet he did not wish to do so without sizable capital.
Well,
I can't stand to stay here a moment longer. The days, all of them, they're identical. Rise with the first cockscrow, march in double file to the latrine, crap on command, 12 hours down the shaft and home to sleep.
Mirko complained.
Want a wifey? Put in an application. In triplicate. Care to snip your beard? Elders got to approve it. You want to add buttermilk, not cream, to your mushroom soup? Clan council's got to debate it. How's a dwarf not to get balmy?
he has a point. I mean, that's complicated shit right there.
I understand the lad, no two ways about it.
Gabor sighed.
But I feel it's my duty to remind yous that what Mirko's going and doing here, well, there are laws. Treasure's due the Elder-in-Chief, not to Mirko, that's one. Second, any dwarf that wants to leave Mahakam can't take nothing but his breeches, his dixie, and his coat. So, brief like, consider well afore you make your decision, Your Grace.
Space Tree. Jeez. Oh yeah, that would make our troops happy again. This would make our troops upset with us. Our troops are already upset with us. We could let him go and take the treasure. Pretty sure that's the best option. Well, the goodest option. But we do want to make the Elder-in-Chief happy. Then there's also loot. Ugh. Now here's the thing. If this game didn't constantly judge me on my decisions, I would probably take the treasure. But it's gonna be like, oh, you kept the treasure. Who knows you kept the treasure? All your troops might be happy, but we're just gonna punish you later on in the game. Because this game's consequences are actually... well, they matter more than telltale decisions. Let's go with that. If I want... Sorry, Mirko.
I sympathize, Mirko.
Said Meave.
But I'm a crowned head. I must decline. National interest requires I show the greatest possible care for my relations with Elder-in-Chief Hoog. Yet in aiding you, I could sour those greatly. I shall return the treasure to him, I must. While you do what you will.
Mirko Vidmar swore under his breath, then jostled his way through the Lyrian infantry and into the mountains, towards human lands.
I'm sure it's gonna come back to bite me in the ass. It's probably gonna join Nilfgaard, strap bombs to himself, and fling himself into our camp, blowing up half our army. It's all gonna be my fault for denying him his loot. Yeah, it's nice how you come from that one place where you're getting like thousands of loot, then you get like 71. Ooh. And that was only 2 times. Thanks again. Nice to know you're looking out for me. Okay, so next... if I was going to say next time could be the last video, but... yeah, let's do this half here. There we go.
The Lyrians rode a narrow, winding path along the rocky ridge. To one side were ice-covered boulders, to the other, a chasm hundreds of feet deep.
They could have at least erected some barriers,
complained Gascon, knocking snow from his cap.
Got plans for that.
Gabor said.
Just need to decide how high to make them.
What?
Think. Should they be the height of your average dwarf or a human? The debate's gone on for 20 years. On the one hand, you've got...
Gabor did not finish his discussion. He was interrupted by the Baba Ghazi that jumped down from the rocks.
Archers, shoot! Aim for underbelly!
Neve soldiers made quick work of the lone monster. But the sound of battle spooked the horses harnessed to one of her wagons.
Whoa there! Whoa, damn it!
The driver tried to rein in the animals, but could not. They dragged him into the chasm along with his cart and the soldiers riding in it. They landed a few dozen feet below on a rocky outcropping. A moment later, Baba Ghazis swarmed everywhere.
Did you see how they fared? Anyone left alive?
Asked Neve, leaning over the cliff edge.
Worry more about their cargo.
Gascon replied.
They were also carrying chests of gold.
Blast. We can't get down there. Too steep and the snow keeps falling.
We can lower ourselves down a line. But without armor, shields, or heavy weapons, otherwise it will snap.
And the Baba Ghazis?
The Queen said, brow raised.
We shan't kill them with daggers. They're too thick of armor.
We'll have to try. Or continue on our way.
You guys are assholes, you know that? Oh yeah, we're just gonna throw half your gold off a cliff. Thanks, game.
You only live once.
Neve sighed.
Gascon, round up some volunteers and let us move out.
Moments later, the Queen was lowering herself down a line straight towards the gaping maw of a Baba Ghazi. Her only armor, a woolen shirt.
Looks like more than a woolen shirt to me. Special shot battle. Eliminate the bargain. These parents thought we fears the noble born taught lessons in the art of the sword, but she practiced in secret, wearing the blouse and staff on, kitchen knife and blitzing a sword. Maintaining the moon, she witnessed nightly tournaments, now forced to fight without proper equipment, her child turned and decided to recruit more useful than she had ever thought. It's not a puzzle battle, so let's see what all I get. We get an Ike, which is the best card. Don't need 2 of you, especially when I don't have any 5 cards. It's only 1 round, so I don't need you. Do we have pikemen? I guess we don't have pikemen because of reasons. Well, there's a bomber.
Careful! No one try to be a hero!
Okay, so let's think about this. So remember, with only a dagger, we still have our broadsword. We still have our Gaiso units. We have our Ike, which is still our best card. Can't use our most of our Lyrian Ribbon soldiers, so we have to restrain penalty. Drop Hellbolt. Then return on turn start if there is a unit on the right, gain 1 charge. Otherwise we move 1 charge. If this unit's charge count reaches 5, Meve wins the battle. If it reaches 0, Meve loses the battle. So basically, there's a unit on the right. Well, let's put a unit on the right.
I smell a leak.
Then let's set this with fire. Then let's replace these units with something.
To the last!
Oh, but that literally makes no sense now, does it? So, spatial rules. Remember that. Spatial rules. We're in a fight where we're basically on a small little cliff, where we couldn't lower anything down really because, you know, armor and weapons would be too heavy and the line would snap. But let's lower down a frickin' knight in full armor on top of his horse. Maybe use Skyrim tactics and just magic the horse down the cliffside without it dying. I don't know. I'm confused. It's weird.
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
Well, that's the thing. So we replaced our guys of Furtman with our guys of Furtman. I got nothing. Let's just end the turn before I lose sanity. Then return on turn to start if this unit has not taken damage since its last turn. Move all units on the same row as fallen soldiers to the upper. Use the same row as fallen soldiers to the upper. So we need to put our unit back now. So
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Let's make sure they take damage this time, shall we? I'm sorry, but what? Damage the unit by 5. It's not damaged. It's on roll of fire, damage all units on it by 5. So, that was, you know, pretty stupid. I don't know why. I guess it has to wait a turn before it does damage, which is stupid.
Careful! No one try to be a hero!
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
No, we damaged him.
You mad? Don't shake that!
With no use. And he's
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
So now what you're gonna try. Oh, because they haven't taken any damage. I can't really damage them with that.
God save the Queen!
Play these ones and use that ability, but they're not gonna let me. So. I mean, I'd have to basically do this, just so.
To the last!
So at 4, when you get to 5, right? Yeah, let's do damage.
Oh, that was close.
And we yeah. So that basically is one of those fights that can go either good or bad. Because it depends on what cards you get. And if you get shitty cards that can't actually do damage, it's gonna take a lot longer. Wait, what? Game, are you crashing? You haven't crashed before? The hell is this shit? Since when do you crash? The hell am I even gonna be then? Great. So that means I have to do the whole fight over again. Also, look at this. This isn't that narrow of a passage. But that's part of it.
The Lyrians rode a narrow... Gabor did not finish. The driver...
Did you see how they fared?
Attack.
You only live once.
So now then we're probably gonna get screwed over and get the worst possible units. And everything's gonna suck. Now we got pikemen. Problem though is pikemen aren't exactly useful for this fight. It's not exactly useful, but yet still useful. I know, right? Makes perfect sense. I mean...
Careful! No one try to be a hero!
God save the Queen!
If we can get some more.
We must trust each other.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Well, that sucks, because he can't actually create me a trinket now. Anyway, we have to do this first round.
To the last!
Different thing. As much as I want to play that, I have to play something that damages things, but I can't really damage everything. Unless I play this. Don't really have anything that's going to damage the rest. Well, nope, never mind, we won.
Bereft of sword and shield, Meve could not withstand a single blow. She thus danced atop the frozen snow, deftly dodging the Barbegazi's lightning-fast strikes, while delivering but a few well-aimed hits of her own to their eyes, ears, and gaping jaws.
You say that, but at the same time, well, we did hit them once with the broadsword, I was gonna say. We didn't really do much. We mostly just threw bombs and explosives and stuff at them.
When the last monster fell lifeless to the ground, Meve walked up to the shattered wagon. The soldiers it had carried were bruised, frostbitten, but alive.
Your Grace, we were sure you'd leave us.
A good ruler never abandons her folk.
Nor her gold.
Gascon interjected, while securing a rope to a chest.
See, here's the thing. If we left them, our troops probably would have been pissed off again.
Soon enough, all were safely back on the path.
See, everyone's happy.
The admiration Meve saw in her soldiers' eyes was in itself sufficient reward for her difficult battle.
Yes. I mean, that was a good enough reason to do this. We made the soldiers actually happy again. Then we didn't lose, like, probably half our gold. Because, I mean, there's no sense in us losing half our gold. Makes me almost want to spend the majority of that gold, so it's not that risk. Well, now I feel more safe with my gold. So what do we get in our command tent? Oh yeah, that golden frost. Boost all hours in a row by 4. That's not bad. I mean, my problem though is it only boosts all allies on a row. So that would be for your melee row or your... I was going to say range row, but it's technically just your second row. So your front row, your back row, there we go. So it's not really that useful. I mean, this one here is all allies and boosts them by 2. That's both rows. And they get fully healed and boosted by 2. This doesn't hit, just boosts them by 4. So it's not that great. Okay, so yeah. I mean, I guess I could sell some of my wood for more gold. Just be cautious. Anyway, I guess we should probably end the video because I had to do that fight the second time. That. Okay, so next time, maybe the last of the Door family. We'll see. Hope y'all enjoy. Thank y'all. Have a nice day.